Hey y'all, how you doing? Ooh-wee. So, how am I doing? Today I want to talk to you about why I travel so slowly. So, it's not like I adopted this um style of travel off the rip, out the gate. No, that's not what happened. So, I was traveling like everybody else. I was a true tourist. I got a week for vacation. I want to hit here, 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 and here. I want to do as much as I can while I can. But when I decided to take the sabbatical that I mentioned in a previous video, it was because I had experienced some just great loss. It really and truly it hurt me deeply. It made me reflect on what I was doing with my life and how I felt about myself. At the same time, I was going through some health issues. It was just up and down. It was all over the place. So when I did this slow travel, I did it without any kind of an itinerary, no real plan. I just was kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And I was okay with that. I was okay with it because I felt like I just need to get out of here. I need to do a different thing. And I need to refocus my energy. Okay. So yeah, even when I think back, and it was a long time ago. I mean, I took that sabbatical in like 2012, but I was at a place in my life where I needed healing. I needed healing, and travel provided that for me. And every trip I've taken, I dedicated to those three really important people in my life because they put the exclamation point on do it now. The loss of them made me remember that I need to do it now. That time is waiting for nobody and you just have to do it. So, whoo, whoo, whoo. So when I went on this trip, I decided that I was just gonna see what came up and do what kind of moved me. As a matter of fact, it was my first time staying in hostels, and I would ask people who were staying there, "Where did you go? And where did you want to go that you weren't able to get to?" And from those answers, I was able to start to think about, okay, maybe I'll try here, maybe I'll try there. So when I was in Portugal, someone mentioned, oh, I had wanted to go to the Algarve. I wanted to go to the Algarve region. So I put that on my list. Someone else mentioned, I wanted to go to Peniche. They have this surfers championship there, and I really wanted to go to Peniche. Someone else mentioned, oh, Porto. Everybody says you should go to Porto. That's where they have port wine. That was on my list. I was like, okay, sounds like I could do that. When I was in staying at a hostel while I was in Porto, I asked a young man who worked there, and he said, oh, I think you should go to my hometown, Coimbra. It's where the oldest European university is, and I'm not sure if that's right. It could be. I don't remember if I looked it up, but I remember him telling me that. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go there too. So these are some of the places that I went during that 1 month that I was in Portugal, and I had the best time. Let me tell you. Okay, of course, I had the incident in Fatima. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. I think it's funny. I mean, it's funny now. It's really funny now. It wasn't so funny at the time, but it's really funny now. But there were a few other places. Let me just say this: there were a few other places on the list that got that I would add if I tell somebody, "Oh, you're going there? Oh, definitely go and check that Kakavesh, which is really spelled like Carcavelos. I'm just going to tell you this because don't be like me and miss your stop on the train because it don't look like Kakavesh, what they say. And Sintra is my absolute favorite place. There's a place there and I don't even want to butcher the name, but it's like the Quartetta Regaleta, something like that. And it's like an estate, and it I said I likened it to an adult Disneyland or Disney World, right? So anyway, that's like my favorite spot in one of my favorite spots. There's so many places I love in Portugal. And yeah, so getting back, because I digress. That's how I do. Um, so I felt like I needed to just uh, do whatever came naturally. I didn't want to force anything. I just wanted to make sure that I could enjoy myself, that it would be the time that I wanted it to be, right? Because I needed some healing. I needed some time for reflection. I needed some time to enjoy. I needed time for me. I needed time for me. I needed to make myself a priority. Okay. So that's what I did. And that is kind of, this was sort of the beginning of my slow travel journey. But even within that, I still had only given myself 1 month window, right? To do all the travel inside of Portugal. And I gave myself 1 month in other locations throughout Europe that I wanted to visit. So I had to, I mean, not, I wasn't really rushed. I could take 2 days here, 3 days there, however I wanted to do it. I determined how long I stayed, but I was the one who, set my own pace, and I liked that. So that's what I did. I went to all these different places. I met great people. I ate great food. Let me tell you a little short story because, I've got them. I've got them. While I was in Portugal, because I did not speak Portuguese and I wanted to go outside of touristy areas, I would go to a restaurant and literally close my eyes and point to something on a page. And that is what I ate. Because I could not speak Portuguese. I couldn't read Portuguese. I didn't have the benefit of Google Translate. Maybe it did exist. I don't think so. But if it did, I didn't know. So I'm still giving myself grace. And yeah, so every meal that I ate in a restaurant was a surprise. Every meal. And let me say this, all of the food that I ate was delicious. It was so good. It is amazing when you do a different thing a different way, when you step outside of what you think you know, and you're like, let me just try something else. And this is what I did. And the sense of freedom that I had from doing that was remarkable. I didn't know what I was having. And people always ask me, what was the strangest thing you ordered that you didn't know you were ordering? And I tell everybody, it's shocking in the sense that I know I never would have ordered it had I known what it was, but it wasn't that strange. And it was a shrimp omelet. A shrimp omelet. I had never had a shrimp omelet before, and I don't think I ever would. I mean, not saying I wouldn't order it again because it was delicious. It was delicious. It was totally fine. But it was a shrimp omelet. That was the thing that surprised me the most. Everything else, like I started to learn obviously what, the word for fish was, and the word for chicken was, and the word for beef was, that kind of thing. Um so eventually I kind of knew what my protein was going to be, even though I didn't know the preparation of the dish, right? Because I couldn't read any of the descriptions of the dish. So, but yeah, so that was one of the adventures I had. But back to my slow travel. So I traveled slowly or slower. I traveled slower on that leg of the trip because I had a month and I had to try to get in as many places as I could, but it was still slower, and I didn't have any kind of an itinerary. I didn't have like planned excursions. You got to go on this day or do that or whatever. And it felt good. I'm going to tell you, it felt really, really good. So then I got to the portion of my trip where I was outside and I was doing the other places in Europe, and I hit, I went to Rome again because I had gone to the Vatican before, but I wanted to take more time. I was a little bit rushed the first time. So I went to Rome again, and yeah, I mean, went to Rome for that, but I also, did the Colosseum and all the regular places you go to when you go to Rome. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's Rome. Okay. So, went to Rome, went to Milan, went to Seville, Spain. Um, went to Paris, of course. Went to Paris. Um, I can't. You know what? It's so funny. I went so many places, and yet, I'm not remembering every place. I went to London. I did go to London. Um, I went to Edinburgh, Scotland, uh, and I went to Venice. I don't know how I could forget Venice. Oh, have I got a Venice story for you? That's gonna come up. Um, yeah. So anyway, so I still had to kind of hurry along a bit, and then when you're kind of reserving rooms and such, you do need to have an idea of how long you want to be at a place or whatever. Whereas when I was in Portugal, I kind of would like book 2 nights because I know I would stay at least 2 nights, and then depending on how I was feeling about the place, then that would determine whether or not I would take another day or two in that location. Um, but when I was planning out the other portion, I was flying places. So I really needed to um, have an idea of how long I'm going to be there and what I'm going to do, whatever. So, it kind of changed things. But the purpose of this whole why I travel so slowly video is because so I said what the impetus for the trip was. The impetus was, the loss that I had felt and my need to get myself together. But I mentioned the part about healing. So it was emotional healing that I needed to take place, but physical healing was also going on. So it was me, stepping out of denial and appreciating the fact that I have fibromyalgia. So some people may not be aware of what it is, but they don't know how it comes about. Some say, maybe it's through trauma. Some say, maybe, you had some other uh, illnesses and it may have been triggered in that way and whatever. But it's a chronic illness, causes me to be extremely tired. Um, some days I'm a little foggy and I don't remember everything. And um, I guess the worst part, well, I don't know if there is a worst part, but I have pain all the time. And I remember I used to tell people that a blanket would be too heavy to be on my skin. My skin was sore. I mean, I'm talking about having pain from your scalp hurting. Your scalp. You put your ear on your pillow and your ear hurts. Um, I would have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and when I would put my feet on the floor, I'd have to like take a moment because my feet hurt. I still sleep with my feet hanging off the bed because I can't take the pressure of my feet just being against a surface. So, on top of all of the other, ailments that come along with aging, fibromyalgia was just kicking my butt. Chronic illness is no joke. If you have people in your life that suffer from chronic illness, please, please, please have some compassion. Have some compassion. It is no joke. People get the flu, and that's what I usually liken it to because they can't even imagine what I'm talking about. Imagine having the flu every day of your life. Just let that sink in. You know how bad you feel when you have the flu? Imagine having the flu every single day. So clearly, that's something that could disrupt your travel. It's something that can disrupt your travel. Okay. And there are good days and bad days, right? There's days where you feel okay, you still have pain, but you can manage. There's days when you feel like, oh, this is too much. And there are days when you are down for the count. Those are usually like flare ups, those usually last a little longer. Okay. So this is the true reason why I started traveling so slowly. And it has turned out to be, I would dare say, a blessing in disguise. I've seen some other people talk about their illnesses and, with specificity, like talking about like cancer. I've heard people say how cancer was like the blessing and the curse kind of thing. But I think it's because it makes you live your life like there's no tomorrow, because there is no guarantee there will be. And the thing is, for me, I was feeling like I needed to live that life that I didn't know if I was going to be able to live tomorrow. Okay. Even if I'm here tomorrow, will I be able to get up and do anything tomorrow? So, this is the reason why I adopted the whole travel slow model. And it has turned out to be absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay? Because it gives me time when I'm so slowed down, I can appreciate everything. You know how they say, take time to smell the roses? Oh, I'm sniffing every rose and dandelion. You hear me what I say? Okay? I am enjoying every bit of it, because if I don't do it today, I might not be able to do it tomorrow. And I know that. So I'm taking full advantage, full advantage. I'm appreciating it. Slow travel has been a true gift to me. If it were not for slow travel, I would not have gotten the rich experiences of being able to immerse myself in other cultures. I have been embraced by families. Hey, Romina, I have a family in Peru. Like they like love me like an auntie sister. Okay. Yes, her parents love me like a sister, and the kids love me like an auntie. And I could go there any day. I could go there any day with my Spanglish speaking self. I could go there any day I want to. Slow travel has also allowed me to have people in Laos. Hey, Mickey. Okay. Mickey said, listen, you don't have any children. As you get older, you're going to need somebody to take care of you. You are always welcome to come back here. You are my family. Okay. Slow travel has done that for me. And of course, we know my beloved Nima in Tanzania, my sister Emma in Kenya, and Mercy in Kenya. These people that I have met over the years, who would welcome me any day to come and stay for as long as I want. And slow travel has done that for me. So it has been the greatest gift. So, in essence, fibromyalgia has turned out to be the greatest gift. And I am so thankful. I am thankful, thankful, thankful. Yes, indeed, I am. And I want you not to be propelled by anything negative happening in your life. I just want you to do it because you want to do it. If you want to travel, I just encourage you to travel. If you want to go, just go. If you want to do, just do. If you want to be, just be. Just be. The continent, the motherland, Africa, being in some country in Africa is my end goal because I feel so wonderful when I'm there. But I'm from Brooklyn. I feel comfortable everywhere I be. Okay? That's why I said, yes, I could go to Southeast Asia and have a great time and be there for extended periods and feel just absolutely wonderful and at home. Okay? I can go to South America and feel the same. Now I have lots of friends in Europe. Maybe none saying come move in, but I have lots of friends in Europe. Hey, Anna in Luxembourg, she's always like, "When you gonna come? When you gonna come?" So, listen, travel is a joy. Travel is a gift. Travel is a wonder. It's an experience. It's healing. It's nurturing. It is everything for me. But whatever the thing is for you, because it may not be travel, let my travel be your fill in the blank. Just do it. Be good to you. Take care of you. Do you. Okay? All right. So I just want to thank you again for spending this time with me. I know I got a little emotional. That's how I do sometimes. And yes, I do digress. That's also how I do sometimes. That's just who I am. I have so much to say. I just have a lot to say. Okay? Please grant me a little grace so that I can say those things and do what I need to do. But if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Subscribe. It's free. It's free. And it just would let a sister know that you're appreciating what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? What I'm putting down. You picking up what I'm putting down. Hey. So subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Like this video, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay. And I can make a song out of anything. I can pretty much relate anything that's happening to a song. That's just me. And that's what I said. I said subscribe. I said like. Oh, don't forget to share. There's somebody out there that you know who needs a little bit of encouragement, little motivation, little inspiration. Let me be that for them. I'm so happy to do it. Yes. Okay. And yeah, share this video. Share this video. And what else? I feel like, oh, comment. Please comment. Please tell me your story. I want to know what's going on with you too. What is your why? What is your why I would travel slowly thing? What is your incentive for doing whatever it is you want to do? Share. I do care. Okay. And as I like to say, do good and be better. Okay? Ciao for now.